I would like to remind everyone to make sure that you turn off your cell phones or turn them to the vibrating position, please. Also, please be advised our city council meetings are broadcast on TV on Comcast Channel 99 and rebroadcasted on WMGJ Radio. This meeting of the Gadsden City Council will now come to order. The chair calls on City Clerk Ivan Nelson for the roll call.
Councilman Harris.
Here.
Councilman Williams is absent today. Councilman Avery.
Here.
President Eccles is also absent today, and our meeting is being chaired by the President Pro Tem, Councilman Cannon. Councilman Stewart.
Here.
Cannon.
Here.
Reed.
Here.
We have a quorum present. The meeting is open for business. I'm going to ask Brian Harbison to lead the invocation. Please stand and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Let's pray. Almighty God, we thank you for this beautiful day that you have made. Thank you for your blessings on us as a city, as individuals. I pray for wisdom and knowledge today for this council as they make very important decisions that affect us all. God, we just love you and thank you and ask for your guidance as we try to please you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Everybody pause. Everybody pause.
Yeah, I know. The chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the work session and city council meeting held on April the 16th.
So moved. Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to approve minutes.
The chair will entertain a motion to ratify payments of account for the week of April 12th through the 18th.
So moved. Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to ratify payment of the accounts.
Proclamations, the mayor's not here. Guess we have any today. We'll come back to it if he comes in. Unfinished business, we have none today. Number 9, this is the time and place as advertised to conduct a public hearing allowing anyone to speak in opposition to or in favor of a resolution ordering abatement of nuisance on property located at 509 Reservoir Street in District 2. The state of Alabama, Tim and Brandy Campbell, Michelle M. Mobley, and Gene P. Sewell being the last known owners. Is there anyone here who would like to speak in opposition to this resolution? Does anyone here wish to speak in favor?
Mr. President, I'm Brian Harbison with the Building Department. We started this case involving a burned house in May of last year. There have been no improvements to the property, and there are no permits to improve. We're asking today for a resolution to abate this nuisance.
The chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
Mr. President, since Councilman Williams is not here at his request, we're going to ask for a 7-day table.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to table the resolution for 7 days, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to table for 7 days.
Our next public hearing is a resolution ordering abatement of nuisance on property located at 200 Washington Street in District 2. John R. Armstrong and GMAC Mortgage, LLC, doing business as Ditech.com, being the last known owners. Is there anyone here who would like to speak in opposition to this resolution? Does anyone here wish to speak in favor?
Mr. President, we started this case in September of last year. Been no improvements to the property. There are no permits to improve. And we're asking today for a resolution to abate this nuisance.
Yeah.
Okay.
The chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
Again, Mr. President, since this is in Councilman Williams' district, he asked for a 7-day table. So I make a motion we table.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to table the resolution for 7 days, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to table for 7 days.
Mayor, you have a proclamation for us today?
Two of them, actually.
Okay, would you like to go ahead then?
I'd like to ask David Elliott with EMA to come up, please. All right. Whereas the foundation of a humane and just society is the people's willingness to work together for the common good, volunteerism historically reflects the highest values of our democratic society. In that, regardless of the situation, station, age, race, creed, all may volunteer and thus reach rewards that come from giving aid to others while improving one's own skills and widening out one's horizons. Americans are willing and eager to volunteer and bring people together in response to our community's critical needs. Our volunteers demonstrate that it is possible to bring people together in our response to our community's critical needs. It's the same thing. It is the duty of every citizen and leader to honor our dedicated volunteers and celebrate the volunteer programs that contribute to the quality of life in Gadsden and our surrounding communities. Therefore, I, Sherman Guyton, Mayor of the City of Gadsden, do hereby proclaim the week of April 21st through the 27th is National Volunteer Week in Gadsden and urge all citizens to join me as we celebrate this special day. And I will say we have one of the best EMA groups, and we have had for quite a while, of any that I've ever seen, and we appreciate them so much. We'd like to say
Thank you, Mayor Guyton. Just a few words, and I'm here representing the EMA. I'm the volunteer coordinator, but I want to say a few words about all the volunteers in Gadsden, which many agencies couldn't operate without them. The Red Cross, Rescue Squad, United Way, RSVP, and I can't name all of them. I'm sure I leave somebody out, but all these people, some of them are full-time employees. They've got jobs. They take their off days, even some take vacation days to come and help, and we appreciate all the volunteers in Gadsden and all their organizations.
Okay, I don't believe anyone's here for this proclamation. Whereas alienating behaviors often found in high conflict divorce and custody situations and speaking negatively about a parent or two or in front of a child, interfering with communication and visitation, discussing inappropriate information with a child, such as details of the separation, court proceedings, financial matters, or behaviors that can not only destroy the bond between a loving parent and a child, but can cause child mental and emotional harm. Parental alienation takes advantage of the impressionable and dependent nature of children. Parental alienation deprives children of their right to love and to be loved by both parents. Parental alienation is considered harmful to children as the alienation tactics are confusing, frightening, and rob children of their sense of security. Professionals agree that the problem of parental alienation is damaging to children and can affect them into adulthood with tragic consequences. There are more than 2.4 million divorced North Americans, and in 2010 there were more than 21,000 divorced Alabamians, including the parents of more than 1 million children under the age of 18. With nearly as many unmarried couples in 2010, there were more than 25,000 unwed births, with children separating. With awareness comes education and understanding and the power to stop the abuse of innocent children caught in the crossfire of the people they love. Dear friends, since God so loved us, we also ought to love one another. Love does no harm to its neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfillment of the law. This year, organizers are doing something special by asking everyone to take 10 minutes out of their day at noon on April the 25th, anywhere in the state, and blow soap bubbles representing love. Therefore, I, Sherman Guyton, Mayor of the City of Gadsden, do hereby proclaim April 21st through the 27th as Parental Alienation Prevention Week, and April 25th, 2013 is Parental Alienation Awareness Day in the City of Gadsden. We're going to mail this to the people who requested. Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you, Mayor. Our final public hearing is a resolution ordering abatement of nuisance on property located at 204 Ann Avenue in District 7. Herschel V. Pruitt and wife Lily Pruitt being the last known owners. Is there anyone here who would like to speak in opposition to this resolution? Does anyone here wish to speak in favor?
Mr. President, we started this case in July of 2011. There have been no improvements to the property. There was a permit taken out in September of 2011 and again in April of 2012. You can see in the pictures there have been no visible improvements to the exterior of the property. We're asking today for a resolution to abate this nuisance.
The chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
The only thing I wanted to ask, Brian, we have done everything we can to notify these people that we're going to follow through with this. Am I correct?
That's correct.
By mail, they reciprocated. They know. I was just told they had a whole lot of things inside the house, and obviously they're not. They're not. Okay. No problem. As long as we've done everything that we have to do. Okay.
And I understand, Brian, this won't qualify for a cabin in the woods for being.
It won't if we tear it down, that's for sure. Unless I got a tent.
But Ben, you brought up another issue. You talked about they still have stuff inside. Are we still checking that out? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Inside and outside,
yeah.
storage buildings, everything.
Okay.
I just, my thing, Robert, a neighbor said, oh, they've got something in there. Well, we've notified, he's done everything in the world he possibly can to let them know what's going to happen. And I just wanted to say that this morning, let them know we have done everything we know to do.
Yeah. But we,
No.
but I just know we had an incident where a property owner claimed that they had valuable goods in there and they disappeared, and I'm not sure what was the outcome of that, but the bottom line was I don't like it.
We've had a couple of instances, I'm told, Brian, you probably know, where people called and said they tore it down, they had stuff in there, and we had the photographs, and they dropped it.
Yeah, I know, but prior to that,
Yeah.
we had some, I don't know if they were false claims, we had some claims. So I just want to make sure that we're still following it up. I think the mayor instituted that.
Yeah.
They're good. Okay.
Kind of like an arson case, everything's fine, the thing burned up, but there was no meat in the freezer and all the good televisions were down the streets. No big deal.
Okay.
On that note, clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known as saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
The next one's a resolution rejecting all bids for bid number 3228 for annual grass cutting and debris removal. Due to the inadequate specifications in the solicitation, this rejects all responses and authorizes the contract to be rebid. The chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Nope.
Well, the discussion is that the city is, Mayor, you want to talk about it? Let the mayor talk about it.
Which one are we on? I was looking.
On the grass
Grass
cutting
cutting.
Grass cutting.
that you
Yeah.
said you're going to do. I mean, you
We,
want to cut some grass.
Yeah, I was going to comment at the end, that's right. I've got my lawnmower tuned
Well,
up.
that's okay. You can wait to the end.
I'm going to put the council over each district, and they're going to be sergeant. No, I'm teasing. We're,
Push more.
we have a lot of problems. We have about 600 lots, a couple hundred the state owns, about 150 or so we own, and then about another 150 or something like that that we have liens on. And it's very hard to get around all of them, but we're going to take this on in-house. I think we've done it before a long time ago. We're in the process of getting signs put up on the lots that we're going to sell. We have the address or the name of the property owners on either side. So if you live next door to any lots that you see the city cutting or a sign on and you're interested in buying it and keeping the grass cut, we will give you the deal of the century on a lot, because we don't need them. We may give Habitat some lots to build some houses, as well as any of the contractors are interested in building some. We'll work with them really good to get something replacing that and get them back on the tax roll. And I'll go ahead and say, too, on trash and debris, we still have a lot of trash and debris we're picking up. We're working in the districts. If somebody goes down the street and misses your pile, you call the office, 549-4646, and we'll make sure they go back and get it. But they're real busy because there's still a lot of trees and things down. And by the way, I think we're the only city who picks all that up every week for no charge. Most of the cities come out and look and say, we'll charge $50 or $75, and we do it free. So sometime we may get a little behind, but it's free, so we're working on it as hard as we can. Just bear with us.
Mayor, would you please repeat that number again?
I think it's your cell number.
You would think so with the number of calls I get.
No, it's 256-549-4646, and both the people in my office, they know how to get in touch with Public Works very quickly. And I think they had a couple of trash cans that were missed yesterday. We've also had some mechanical problems on a few of the vehicles, and people lay out of work sometime, but we'll get it. You just call and let us know where, and we'll take care of it.
And putting signs on those lots should help with promote those lots for sale.
That's right.
Really should. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed,
Abstain.
we have one abstention. Motion carries to adopt.
The next one's a resolution appointing members to the CED Mental Health Board. This reappoints Bill Stewart for a term expiring April the 1st, 2019. The chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
CED Mental Health is Etowah, Cherokee, Etowah, and DeKalb County Mental Health is it serves those areas, and I think do a great job. A good group of people work hard at it.
Bill, how do you apply for admission? We have a couple of people that need to be.
You just show up at the door over there
Show up at the door.
at the clinic, and they'll take you in and.
Okay.
and,
You guys get that?
In your case, just take your DD 214, that'll qualify you.
All right, Ben, thank you. They don't know what a DD 214 is, Ben.
That's your full military record. In case anybody wants to know.
The next one's a resolution reappointing and appointing members to the Regional 310 Authority Board. This appoints Ebony O'Brien for the remainder of a term ending April the 1st, 2015, and Regina Henry for the remainder of a term expiring April the 1st, 2017. It also appoints Dr. Porta Foster and Devitt Williams for a term ending April the 1st, 2019. The chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
The next one's a resolution authorizing amendment lease with Gadsden Etowah Patriots Association. This extends the lease for the clubhouse room at Mort Glosser Amphitheater for an additional 10 years, and the amount is $1 per year. The chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Y'all gonna be serving any food down there anytime?
We'll call you.
Good.
Absolutely.
I don't think I want it.
You don't even think we might get a free hot dog or something pretty quick?
No time soon.
No.
Clerk, will you
Absolutely
take the
not.
vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
The next one's a resolution authorizing agreement with L&L Marine. This is for the city to sponsor a week-long tournament to be held October the 21st through the 25th, and the amount is $5,000. The chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Yes, you'll notice that this is a week-long tournament and not just a weekend or 3-day tournament.
Oh, it is, okay.
It's a 4-day tournament here, correct?
They come in.
Week-long, it's 4 days, I think, isn't it, Mayor?
I think
It's 4 or 5. Which one is it?
21st to the 25th.
Okay, 4 days. That's 5 days.
That's fine.
So it's 21?
They usually come in and practice a couple of days as well. They'll come in and
Yeah.
practice a couple of days before they have the tournament.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
The next one's a resolution authorizing a tower lease agreement with Alabama Power. This is for Alabama Power to install a dish for communication equipment on the city tower at 909 Bellevue Drive. The amount is $350 per month for a period of 5 years with the option to extend the lease for an additional 4 5-year terms. If extended, the monthly rent shall increase by 10% each term. The chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
New businesses, any today?
No, do business.
Department reports, committee boards, do we have any? Remarks by the mayor and council, that'll be, Councilman Reed, you want to go first?
Sure. In passing, the golf tournament, Patriots, thanks again to everybody. It was probably the most successful one we ever had. We had a lot of people there. We raised some good money that'll be put to a good cause. Absolutely. Youth in government, I kept waiting around, Robert, for somebody to say something about baggy pants and so on and so forth. I like the way those kids came about. I'm going to read you one resolution, or ordinance, that they came up with that's indicative of it, and if we had it on baggy pants, it wouldn't be a problem in the world. Mr. Patterson, he said the noise tolerance strictly enforced. This is his ordinance. Loud music will be banned in the city immediately. In respect to all citizens, it is necessary to prevent excessive noise from cars, parking lots, homes, and so on. That is disruptive and disrespectful to others. And here's the good part. A severe penalty will be assessed without warning.
That's for the young people.
So the young people are farther ahead of us as far as noise is
That's
concerned.
exactly right. They say we're sick of it, we're tired of it, and this is the way they put it in that form. That's all I have.
Councilman Stewart?
I'd just like to mention that we have 30-something social agencies here in Gadsden, most of them made up by volunteers, and I just want to say thank you to all those volunteers that serve our city and our county. There's a world of them. They do a great job. Just thank you. Appreciate that.
Is that all you got, Councilman?
That is it.
I looked over some of those ordinances and seen the TV last week, and they had, when Youth in Government Day was here, and there was one that really hit home to me. It was about a tax for senior citizens. Did y'all see that? A one-day tax for senior citizens, a tax-free day?
I skipped plumb over that one and went right on the letter.
It said that our senior citizen deserves a tax-free day. And I'm getting towards that, senior citizens, right away. I mean, I'll be there. So I hope that happens in the next few years.
You said you're getting toward?
I'm getting towards it, yeah,
Okay.
you know.
I just want to make sure I
I'm getting
understood
there.
what you
In a few
said,
years,
Johnny.
I will be there.
I
But
believe you
anyway,
passed it.
I
thought you was there. You drove a school bus when I was in first grade.
I do want to thank everyone that came out to the Saturday Music on Megan at Rip Reagan Park. It was a great success, a great turnout. As usual, we did run out of hot dogs. Maybe one of these days I'm going to learn to count how many we really need. I think we had about 200 we got rid of this Saturday. The third Saturday in May, we've already got it lined up. Singers are already lined up, and I promise we'll have plenty of food. We won't run out this next time. Councilman Avery?
Well, I mean, I'm surprised that you ran out of hot dogs. Normally, you carry them over from year to year. I mean, from event to event, but that's good you got rid of them. So now I'll come to the next one, because you're gonna have some fresh hot dogs.
Fresh, yeah.
Okay. You know, there are a lot of things going on this year. In particular, this is the 50th anniversary year of a number of civil rights movements. The 50th year of the March on Washington, the 150th year of the Emancipation Proclamation. But there are a lot of things going on locally and nationally. But I would be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that this is also not only the 50th year, but the month that William Moore, a Baltimore mailman, was killed several miles from where we're sitting today during that movement. William Moore was a white postman who felt strongly enough about what was going on in the South that he decided to come south to protest what was happening. William Moore gave the ultimate sacrifice. He gave his life for what he believed in, and I just want people to remember him. As a matter of fact, we're in the process of trying to raise funds now to put a historical marker up on Highway 11 where William Moore was killed, so people will not forget the ultimate sacrifice that this gentleman gave for the rights of all people. So please, ma'am, and please, sir, keep all those things in mind. This is also, like I say, the 50th year of the march. It's the 50th year that will be coming up in September of the 4 young ladies who were killed at the 16th Street Baptist Church bombing. And so we just need to be very, very mindful of some of the things that are going on around us. Just wanted to remind people about that.
Councilman Harris?
Thank you, Mr. President. David, are we still reading parts of the Martin Luther King letters from the Birmingham jail on the radio during the month? Okay, so WMGJ is reading portions of that letter all during the day, and they will be doing that for the remainder of the month, am I correct? Yes, oh, okay, at the manager's discretion. Okay, thank you. I'd just like to say that 6th Street, the cemetery, that we've had so much, a lot of conversation about, a lot of activity, a lot of concern. My understanding is that the 6th Street Cemetery has been designated a historic site and will be on the National Registry. Those communications are being mailed out as we speak to, I think, Mayor, if I'm not mistaken, to the mayor, to the courthouse, to the sheriff, and to our probate judge, Bobby Junkins, in preparations for us to celebrate the fact that that is now a historic event, a historic site. And I would like to thank publicly a young lady, Sherry Bostic. She has been diligent and tenacious, and I use that word very kindly, with her endeavors to make sure that this feat was attained. She has all the documentation, so look forward. I just want to make you aware of the fact that it has been designated. More information will be forthcoming, but Sherry Bostic and a group of people have been very instrumental in making sure that we attain the historic value of this cemetery at 6th Street. Thank you.
Mayor Guyton?
Yeah, Billy, to follow up on that, we have cleaned that off. It was really, the first time it took a few weeks, and we've cleaned that off. And she brought me that information about those other 3 lots. Trying to find out about that, where we can go in there and make that part of the rest of the stuff that's been so overgrown down there. But we're working on that too. I just wanted to say we had a little incident at the Patriots golf tournament, and that really was a good cause yesterday. There's one hole where you hit up the fairway, and then there's a ditch, and then you hit on up to the green. And I heard a couple of guys lost a ball in there, and they got down there, and the geese, there's a lot of geese out around the golf course, had a nest of eggs. And the geese had put that ball in the nest with the eggs. And these 2 guys were down there looking for their golf ball. And about that time, somebody said they'd killed 3 water moccasins down there, and the geese came out of the bushes there towards the guys, and I thought we was going to have to get the paramedics out there to get them out. Ben, did you know anything about that? I heard you had a bird's eye view.
I think I resemble that remark quite well. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth of the matter, though. I reached down to get the ball, and Billy Yates was hanging over my shoulder to help me, he thought, and that duck flew straight up. I'm not kidding you. And we thought with a snake had bit us both, and Billy sat down in the swamp, and I fell forward into the duck nest, and there was a golf ball that duck, honest, had gotten up and put in that nest with all them eggs.
That's amazing, man.
But I don't want to confess too big, because there's a sign that said, "This is wetlands, do not enter."
Oh, yeah, don't tell the Army Corps.
That was terrible. That's the federal offense, Mayor, by the way.
There was a lot of humorous events out there. Actually, the foursome I was playing with was, was pretty funny on most
That
of
was
the
comical.
on most of the drives.
Oh, man.
That's all.
We don't have any further business. Have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
We adjourn.